Hi, and welcome to the Strategic Advisor Board. I'm Dr. Bruce Rippee. I'm bringing you all things health and wellness. We really want to make wellness part of the conversation. It's a great way for you, the executives, to look very good to your staff and to your people. So let's talk a little bit about COVID here. It's on everybody's mind. Supposedly, this is going to be another flu season that's going to come along. I think you're very aware of what's going to happen there. So let me just go ahead and share my screen. I kind of want to look at this. If you take a look at what's happened here, are repeat coronavirus infections really more dangerous than the first? Very recently, in fact, just yesterday, this was released in the JAMA, Journal of the American Medical Association, that new viruses or new instances of COVID are supposed to be worse than the second one, only because of a horrible misinterpretation. But unfortunately for you and for me, a lot of people will actually read this for the first time and then just believe whatever it was that they were first told, instead of actually taking a deep dive into this. So just right off the bat, so you can see it yourself, this is from MedPage today. Are repeat coronavirus infections really more dangerous than the first? No. That's the next word. No, they are not. And in fact, let's go ahead and take a little bit deeper dive. If you look at the graph, it has this look of, well, wait a minute, death and hospitalization are way up there for any of this. And then you take a look just underneath that, we're looking at the number of people that have been reinfected. And it still looks like there's a lot of death and hospitalization. The problem is they combine those two words together, death and hospitalization. When Qatar did the study, and for some reason, Qatar managed to advance themselves as a powerhouse of vaccination. There's all kinds of things that you can say about that infection, repeat infection, and so forth. And basically what they found is what you can see right now. If second infections were somehow more dangerous than primary infections, the effectiveness of the first infection against death and hospitalization would literally be negative in the graph above. So I just want it looked at there that it's not at all negative. And so let's take a look at some numbers right off the bat so you can feel a little more comfortable, right? There's more reassuring data that came from the Qatar, and we can talk about that in just a minute. Even among unvaccinated people, only 1 in 325 people who were reinfected had severe disease. And they named that by saying that your oxygen saturation in your blood went below 94%, right? So then among reinfected, critical or fatal disease never occurred. That's in italics because they want you to realize what that means. So let me just say this. If you've already had COVID or you've been vaccinated well against COVID, the odds of an infection now taking your life or causing hospitalization, honestly, is going to be far less than the flu. My choice for you, obviously, as a wellness doctor is going to say, a couple of things. One, vitamin D, please look it up. Vitamin K2, please look it up. Please look these things up. Water, sleep, good thoughts, and good exercise. These are really what you need to be looking at. What can you do for you, right? That's what you need to be looking at for right now. I'll go ahead and end this video, but I want you to realize we're doing very well. If you've already had the vaccines, if you've already had an infection, you're on top of it. You need to protect yourself in all the other good ways to keep your body healthy. That's what you also need to tell your staff and the people that work for you, okay? I'll see you next time on the Strategic Advisor Board. In the meantime, be an example of what's possible.